My poor little lone sunflower. Oh, I just got hit with a bug. It's closed right now because there's no sun out right this
There's
second.
yellow jackets all over it.
I know. I touched it.
No, you're fine.
Hello and welcome back to Life in Every Season. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you're having a good day. We've got a few things that need to get done before winter sets in, and one of those things is we have a plant here that I planted back in the spring, and we made a bad mistake of not actually saying or writing it down what we have in here. And we kept smelling it and touching it, and there's no fragrance or anything like that. And we finally figured out, my granddaughter gave me a baggie full of butterfly bush seeds this year, and I put them in here, and they're really, really tiny, and they all just bunched up into one little tiny area. So I want to get this in the ground and free this pot up for something else next spring. And so I'm going to try to cut it up into 3 bunches and put them in these pots here. And so I'll go ahead and get that started. And let's see. And I have to sit up on the railing because I'm too short to actually reach down in. My husband asked me, he said, tell them why this pot is up on here. It's actually, we actually screwed these on because we do have really high winds here from time to time. We're in the Smoky Mountains and it can get really kind of scary windy. So any of these pots that are big, they're screwed down onto our deck so we don't lose them in a windstorm. So, I got one that is separate. I don't know yet. Let's see how deep those roots go. I'll try to pull it out so you can see it. There we go. So we actually have one that actually, I'm going to set him down in here. And pat some dirt around those roots and make sure they're nice and seeded, and then I'll water these in here in a little bit.
Sorry folks, the cameraman was trying to help. I'm back on duty though.
He's back on duty. So there's the first one. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of these other 2 real quick, and then I want to take you for a quick walk down to our hoop house and show you what it's looking like going into fall and winter. So I've got the butterfly bushes planted, and we're now down here at our hoop house. This has been a really fun experiment for Bruce and I this year. We've never used one. If you go back and look at our other videos, we showed the video of us putting this up this past March with the help of our granddaughter, and it's been great. We've been able to extend our growing season, and I want to take you through real quick and let you kind of see what it looks like now. And I actually, for the first time in my life, I've had to actually duck my head. I hit it. I don't normally have to do that.
All right.
Here's the butterfly bushes, and
they're potted.
They're potted, and they look pretty.
So we'll let them winter in here.
Yep, we're going to let them winter in here, and then I'll put them out. I actually harvested this once already, and it just keeps coming back.
What is that?
That is basil. I cut it all the way down to the roots, but I left the stem in, and it came back. And so I know a lot of my friends, their basil that they've got outside has already started dying, and I'm like, this is good. I'm going to pinch this off because that keeps it from bolting. I'd like to keep it going as long as possible. I might actually put some of this in the freeze dryer for later this year. This is some lettuce. We had it up on our deck, and I started that this spring, and we've just been, it's a little dirty right now. It needs cleaned, but it's still growing, really well. We can get a few salads out of it. We've still got some kale.
That's your favorite. Hmm? That's your favorite.
No, this is not my favorite.
It's the chicken's favorite.
It's the chicken's favorite. It's Swiss chard. I
and
call it kale.
We put it in March.
March, yep. And then I've got some arugula, spinach, not spinach, lettuces here, and I got some onions. As we grabbed seeds throughout the year, we just started putting them in the ground to see what they would do. Now, here's some radishes, and I have some. We're going to be, look. Got some radishes. We need to go ahead and harvest those because if I leave them in there too long, they get bitter.
More chard.
More chard. As you can see,
I've got cabbage seeds
Yes,
planted.
we have cabbage planted down through here.
Seeds.
Seeds. Yes, we're doing
one right at a time.
seeds. And we've got some more Swiss chard. I actually have a really good recipe that I might use this for, making a quiche with some bacon. And then we've got spinach, and it's beautiful. And I can't remember the exact name of this spinach. Yeah, we'll put them in the show notes.
And we got lettuce sowed right here.
Yes, lettuce. You can see all the little sticks. Those sticks are to keep the cats out of the beds. They've been trained pretty good by now. They've been doing better about not getting in the
Shallots
bed.
and onions are pitiful as usual.
Yeah, the shallots and the onions look sad. I'm not really sure what we're doing wrong, but next year we'll just keep trying and try to improve every time we do something.
Got the middle row.
And then we'll go up the middle row. And ladies and gentlemen, take a look at my pepper plants.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3". So I'd say those are like 4'9". And you can see they're still loaded. And I'm just going to let them go. I'm not going to take them out or anything. I'm just going to see how long I can have these peppers come in. These are Hungarian hot peppers.
And what's the date today?
Today is October the 27th.
28th.
28th, yeah. So we have our Hungarian hot peppers. And then behind me, I have my jalapenos, and they do have heat. They've got a really nice heat. I like this variety. They don't get really crazy big. I'm going to use them to make my own hot sauce. Still more peppers. And then we get into the tomatoes. I have got tons and tons of tomatoes that just have not ripened completely yet. I'm just going to leave them in here. Hopefully we'll have a few more sunny
Raise your
days.
hand up to let them know how tall they are.
This one is touching the ceiling, and I have some, this is a Cherokee Purple. These are German Johnsons. And yeah, they're going all the way up. I've got some ripe ones up here, so Bruce will have to harvest those for me. We've got some pretty ones that are still coming up ripe. These are Cherokee Purples. And then I've got my San Marzanos here, and I've still got, you can see, these are indeterminate, so they're just going to keep growing like crazy. But they're touching, and I've got fruit all the way at the very top. But I will say this much about the San Marzanos. I like the flavor. Look at this pretty bunch right here, if you can see that. The San Marzanos have good flavor, but I understand now why they are expensive in the grocery store is they don't get huge. I mean, if you look at, here's my hand, they don't get, and that one's actually a small one, but let's look at one of these bigger ones up here. It's still not huge. But the Roma tomatoes that I get from a friend of mine who grows a farm, hers would fill up my entire hand. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year. I've got plenty of seed from this. I may go ahead and do the San Marzanos just for giggles. And next year probably do a lot more Romas. Just because. And then these here, I always butcher the name of these tomatoes. I think they're called chiapatis, but they're a pleated tomato. They taste good, but they take forever to grow and mature. You know, when you start the season off, you're always in a hurry to get that fresh fruit, fresh food in on your table. And I just need stuff that grows fast, or not as slow as me. Here's another basil plant that I potted, or I just started from seed about a month ago. These are snapdragons. I'm going to let them overwinter here, and then maybe next year I'll get them in the ground into the yard. My poor little lone sunflower. Oh, I just got hit with a bug. It's closed right now because there's no sun out right this
There's
second.
yellow jackets all over it.
I know. I touched it.
No, you're fine. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm afraid of yellow jackets. But I did not scream and run like a girl. We have kale. It is looking pitiful. Something is eating it. It is better.
Sprayed it with BT.
Bruce, he sprayed it with BT.
Some sort of caterpillar.
Yeah, we got something getting into it. I got to figure out what it is. Because it's not like a rabbit or something, I don't think. It's a bug. And then down here, we went ahead and planted a late crop of butternut squash. So you can see that's coming up. And they're so pretty. And look at the flowers. I mean, you can eat the blooms as well. I've just never cooked with them. And then we've got some more Swiss chard. Now these onions are looking good. They're
Garlic.
starting to pop
That's
up.
garlic.
No, I'm sorry, garlic. Yep, you're right. My garlic is starting to shoot up.
Just today.
Yep. And I've got some down here. It's coming up as well. And I think that is about it for the tour here in our high tunnel. We have enjoyed this so much that we are considering down the road getting a second tunnel. Now, it won't be anytime soon because we've got other projects around the homestead that need to be done. Somebody tried to help me with some baby piglets this morning, and I had to turn them down because we're not ready for those. We don't have fencing and things like that up. But thank you guys so much for stopping by Life in Every Season. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if there's anything in it that you like, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out greatly.
Happy Halloween.
Have a happy Halloween, and you got to look out. We've got some really sketchy neighbors. You'll see them at the end of the video. Have a great weekend.